Hello, and welcome to Book Explorers, where we explore wonderful books for kindergarten through second grade and third through fifth grade every month. I'm Liesl. I work at the Central Library. This month, Book Explorers is reading Child of the Civil Rights Movement by Paula Young Shelton, illustrated by Raul Colon. It's the true story of a kid growing up in a time full of injustice. Paula and her family experienced lots of unfair things because they were Black. Together, they formed a community to stand up for what was right. Paula and her family made history standing up for justice and fairness. When you read the book Child of the Civil Rights Movement, you will learn about laws that said that Black people had to sit in the back of the bus, the last car of the train, the balcony of the movie theater. Laws that said Black people couldn't vote. Those laws mean that not everyone has the same civil rights. Those laws aren't fair. Civil rights is a phrase we use to talk about things that every person should have. Everybody deserves to be able to go to school, to get a job, to have food and water, and a permanent place to live. Everyone deserves to have a vote to choose their leaders. Everyone deserves to feel safe. These are some of the civil rights that the people in this book were asking for. Sometimes people don't want other people to have the same civil rights as other people. That isn't fair. I'm going to read part of a book called Our Skin, A First Conversation About Race by Megan Madison, Jessica Raleigh, and Isabel Rajas. It's going to get us thinking about fairness for people with different skin colors, people of all races. Let's just read part of this book. If you want to read the rest of it, you can check it out from Denver Public Library. We all have skin. It comes in different colors. What color is your skin? Take a look. I'm like a peachy white color, peachy pink color. Let's see. We may use color words to describe people, like black or white. Sometimes we say people of color to talk about all the groups of people who aren't white. The word used to describe me is white. Our world has so many different groups of people. So there are lots of words we use. What groups do you belong to? Here are some of the words we might use. Black, Indigenous, Asian, White, Arab, Pacific Islander, African American, Latinx, biracial, and so many more. And you might have one word that describes you, or you might have more than one. Let's find out what happens next. A long time ago, way before you were born, a group of white people made up an idea called race. They sorted people by skin color and said that white people were better, smarter, prettier, and that they deserve more than everybody else. That isn't true or fair at all. But it's a story that has been told for a long time. When people believe this untrue story about race, that's called racism. Racism is also the things people do and the unfair rules they make about race so that white people get more power and are treated better than everybody else. Racism happens in lots of big and small ways. It's all around us, even if we don't always notice it. So check this book out from the library to get more of that information. I think it's a great explanation of something that affects all of us, something that's all around us. All the time, though, people are working to make things fair, even today. Child of the Civil Rights Movement is about a lot of people working very hard to make things a little bit more fair for Black people. They made a big difference. But people are still treated unfairly because of their race. And today, there are still people working hard to make things more fair. When you read this book, Child of the Civil Rights Movement, you can think about what you can do to stand up for fairness.